Welcome to 6 Patterns of Parenting. And I am your professor, Dr. Susan Shapiro. Welcome. So, this is a very exciting semester because you will be the first group who will be experiencing the new 626 Patterns of Parenting. This semester, we will be trying lots of new things in this course. We will be working with case studies. We will be working with parent interviews. And you will have a new experience in this class of learning about how to incorporate parents into your classroom so they feel welcome and part of what goes on each and every day of this class. So while you're in this class, you're going to learn a lot about family systems, theories, and models, so you can understand all the different type of families that enter your classroom and the communities that they come from. You're going to learn some strategies that are school-based and home-based so that you can get families involved with what goes on in your classroom. You're going to learn a new appreciation and awareness of language and cultures. You're going to learn about best practices with families in early intervention and dealing with parents who have children with disabilities and differing abilities. You're going to empower families to become leaders and decision makers in their child's education so that they're not just sitting by and watching you work within your classroom. They really feel part of it. We're going to help you to demonstrate written and technological communication skills so that you can really get those parents who don't have the time to come into your classroom so they can still be a part of what goes on each and every day. And we want families to become part of your classroom and for us not to judge them, for us to know that there's boundaries where it's teacher and family, but also to feel that they have some control over what goes on in their children's classrooms. Each one of these sections, you can see that we have a course overview. You'll also have your assignments in each one of these areas, as well as the readings. So readings will be found in the learning activities. There'll also be videos here, and there'll be assignments. Now, when we're working with the discussion board, you'll see that you need to do your initial post here as well as on the discussion board. This is that making sure that it's checked on Turnitin and there is no plagiarism going on. So make sure if you're using references, and you should be using references, that they're referenced. Otherwise, they will come back as being plagiarized. So please make sure that you do it once in Turnitin and once on the actual discussion board. In terms of the discussion boards, you can see that the rubric brings you up to an A+. And we want to make sure that you don't have to get an A+. You are welcome just to get an A. So if you look at the discussion board rubric, you can see that if you stick on level 3, you'll get an A. If you want to get that A+, you'll have to do some extra work to hit level 4. So level 4 is asking for 3 different days. Level 3 is asking for 2 different days. So if you're in a week where you just have a lot going on and you don't have time to do the A+, don't worry. You can still get an A and do well in the class. In each one of these, you should see in each one of these assignments, there will be a rubric attached. If you don't see it, you can always click here and see the rubric, and that will show you how to get the best possible grade. I'm one of those teachers that really grade on the rubric. So make sure that once you submit something, you double check it with the rubric to make sure that you're getting all the points that you can get. In the modules, there should be lots of information to help you complete assignments. So when you have an assignment, such as a case study, and we'll take a look here, you can see that it gives you lots of information on how to work your way through each one of the assignments and then work your way through each one of the rubrics to make sure that you've covered all of the points. Hopefully, it should take out some confusion and you should be able to know exactly what is expected for each one of the assignments. These are the assessments that we're going to be using in the classroom: baseline survey, patterns of parenting learning activities, special needs parent interview paper, culturally relevant pedagogy project, parent-teacher conference interview paper, discussion boards, and family engagement paper. This is the textbook that we're going to be using: the Homeschool and Community Collaboration, Culturally Responsive Family Engagement. And you can rent this, you can get it off of Amazon. I use an e-copy, which is much, much cheaper, but it's really up to you which one you want to use. There's also going to be lots of videos and there'll be articles as well, but this is the primary textbook that we'll be using throughout the class. So just to go over some of the major assignments that we'll be doing a parent-teacher conference parent interview paper. And in this, you're going to have to find a family that has a recent unsatisfactory parent-teacher conference, and it should be either pre-K through second grade. You're going to interview the family and you're going to create a transcript of what the interview was about, and you're going to write a reflection on the interview and what you would have done with this parent under the circumstances. So this is really going to be a chance for you to talk to parents who have been through this experience and think about how you handle parents in your own classroom. We're also going to be doing a culturally relevant pedagogy project. And in this, you're going to choose a culture that you're not familiar with and which is not your own culture. You're going to research them, and you're going to find traditions such as communication styles, music, art, cultural artifacts, and you're going to focus on a learning activity. And you're going to design a group activity for pre-K through second grade classroom. You're going to have someone record you performing the activity. And if you don't have someone, if you don't have a classroom that you're working in, you're going to do that for all of us. You're going to pretend. But it's going to have to be a real pretend. You're going to have to act like you are teaching this project to basically to us. And then you're going to create a lesson plan template. So there's going to be lots of different activities we're going to be doing. As I said, there's going to be lots of case studies. There's going to be a lot of thinking about how you would handle something in the classroom. So get your imaginations ready to go. Think about your experiences that you've had either in the field or as a teacher or a student or as a parent, and make sure to bring them into what we're talking about and what we're thinking about as you work your way through the class. Please feel free to reach out to me. I can either be reached via email at susan.shapiro16@touro.edu. And you are also welcome to text me, but just know I do not answer emails or texts Friday afternoon through Saturday, as that is Shabbat. But otherwise, I will get back to you. But please don't text me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Just make sure you're texting me at a reasonable time. I look forward to working with all of you. Welcome.